Canadian transgender athlete is facing a backlash after winning the Cycling World Championship. Rachel McKinnon, who was born male, finished first in the race in Los Angeles this Sunday, becoming the first ever transgender woman to win gold in the competition. But her achievement was met not only with applause.
Unfair advantage and not to be celebrated. Look at the difference in size and muscle mass. Of course you were going to win.
Imagine being the woman who came fourth, knowing that you should have a place on that podium.
Amazing! I was so enthused at reading this. I went out and challenged two 8-year-olds to a 100-metre race. Guess what? I only went and won. First time running in an 8-year-old's race too.
The winner denies the accusations, saying she was forced to suppress her testosterone level in accordance with competition rules on transgender athletes. So we invited some guests for a debate.
What I find strange is the hue and cry being raised over transgender athletes, but not over other athletes who clearly have certain advantages over fellow competitors. I think the way in which transgender athletes are being singled out is very, very unfair and wrong. Now, of course, we do need to look at whether transgender athletes do have an advantage which is unfair and gives them an advantage over others. But I don't think the research really substantiates that at the moment.
Female athletes themselves feel that they are at a particular disadvantage in competing against somebody whose gender has been in some cases changed. You know, there have been cases in the past. I mean, the most celebrated case was of an American tennis player, Rennie Richards, who, as a man, was a useful player, captained the Yale team, and then underwent transgender reassignment and competed as a woman, and reached the final of the doubles of the US Open Tennis Championships, you know, one of the 4 Grand Slams, one of the most important in the world. And as a singles player, ended up ranked 20th. And this was at the age of 44 when she reached that level. And you would look at that case and say, well, would Rennie Richards, as a man, ever been able to have reached those sorts of heights as a man? And that is, of course, extremely doubtful.
There are all kinds of advantages that athletes have. For sprinters, having fast twitch muscle fibers definitely gives you an advantage. It isn't just this issue, it's a whole range of issues about where genetic and other biological factors may give a particular athlete the edge over others.
I certainly think there should be, as far as transgender and intersex situations are concerned, going further than that, I think would be an enormous task of just quite gargantuan proportions.
Hopefully there would be some kind of consensus and we could establish a regime for all sports where particularly athletes who are transgender and intersex, but also those who perhaps have other special, unique physical attributes or biological or genetic attributes, that they could be included.